All right, in today's video, we're checking out 5 changes that you might notice when moving to Torrance, California. What's up, everybody? Shane Inman here, and on this channel, we help people moving to Southern California, specifically the South Bay. Today, we're looking at moving to Torrance, California, and some of the changes you might expect from moving outside of the area. And, these are some things that I've noticed when I moved from Northern California to Southern California, or from clients that I've helped move here from other areas in the country or across the US or in other countries. And so I just thought, put together some things that you might not expect, or maybe you do expect to be a change when actually moving here. And so the first thing we're going to look at is putting away your winter clothes, because here in Southern California, specifically on the beach cities, kind of don't really have a winter. You get some, maybe windy, cold, or foggy kind of days. Honestly, sometimes in the summer it can be the warmest days, or in the spring, they've got June gloom, where it's just kind of foggy and overcast and gloomy all through June, and you feel like it's supposed to be summertime and it's not summertime yet. But then you also get some warm days in January or February or November that are 80 degrees and you don't expect it, and you can go to the beach. So by and large, I don't think you really need winter clothes. I've kind of packed mine away since moving here, because you do still want to keep them in case you're going up to the mountains. You've got Big Bear, about a 2-hour, depending on traffic, 2-3 hour drive away. You go to Mammoth. So there's a lot of mountains and snow nearby. That's not too far of a drive if you do want the winter clothes. But, a little bit of rain throughout the year. When it does rain, kind of rains hard for a couple of days and then kind of subsides. But I don't think by and large you really need the winter clothing when moving here. All right, and the next thing you're going to want to do when moving to the South Bay and Torrance or any of the beach cities is probably declutter while you're moving. And I've had to do this a few times because I've moved from someplace bigger to someplace smaller, and most of the homes in the South Bay are going to be smaller. You might find an older home that's 1,200 square feet, 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet, I would say. Uncommon, but it's also on the larger side for homes. So if you're somebody moving like one of the areas where you've got just a ton of land and a ton of space, 2,000 square foot home might sound small, but that's actually on the larger side for a lot of the homes here. So you're going to probably want to declutter the stuff you do have and try as you're packing and get rid of things that maybe are not as necessary, because you may not have as much space to hold on to things. Are you thinking of moving to the South Bay? Then you're going to want our relocation guide. So click the link in the description to download that for free, and you'll have everything you need to know before moving here. All right, and the next one, some people may not agree with it, but pack a swimsuit, because you're close to the beach. And why would you pay more to live closer to the beach if you're not going to take advantage of it and spend the summer days or just random warm days out at the beach? Some of the homes do have pools as well, because it is summer or it is warm in Southern California. But pack a swimsuit, because if you're going to be close to the beach, you might as well take advantage of it. And then next thing that's kind of a change that from where you might be coming from, maybe it's not, but you probably won't need bug spray. When I go camping, I definitely need to spray down for mosquitoes. I get bit pretty easily. Don't really have that problem here. The things that I notice occasionally, like especially seasonally, is like ants. You'll see them in the summertime through the fall a little bit, and then they kind of hibernate and disappear for a while. And then you've got spiders. Like if it's someplace that hasn't been moved in a while, you might have black widows, but spiders are something to think of. And then just termites. Termites, I don't know if that uncommon, but here I always recommend you should get a termite inspection, because what the termites, you're living closer to the beach, it's just more likely to have termites. And so you see homes all around town that are getting tented and fumigated for termites, because when you're living closer to the beach, they are more common. Hey guys, so as much as I love making these videos, what I really like even more is helping families move here. So if you are thinking of moving to the area, I would love to help you get started in your search, and my contact info is on the screen or down in the description down below. Feel free to reach out anytime, call, text, or email. Remember, it's never too early to get started in your home search. All right, and the last one that I think is a little different for Torrance, or you do see it, but it's a little less uncommon, is bigger vehicles. If you've got a big lifted truck or a bigger vehicle that's harder to park, it might be difficult in the beach cities, because parking is tougher when you get to the beach. Some of the homes may have smaller garages. If they're built in the 50s or 60s, it might be difficult to get a big vehicle in. Just like I said, just driving around and finding parking if you're trying to go to the beach for the day might be more difficult with bigger truck or vehicle. So not unheard of. Definitely people have bigger vehicles here, but I think it does make it a little bit more difficult difficult to find parking and drive around and things. Bigger vehicles may be something to change when moving to Torrance. And that is Torrance. Feel free to comment below if you have things or questions about moving to the area, any of the beach cities. I'd love to help you get started in your search.